On the Roadhouse day, another Titan fix. What I'm doing today is a rear caliper on a 2004 Nissan Titan 4x4, big cab, whatever you want to call it, crew cab. And yesterday, as I was driving down the road, I didn't feel anything, but when I stopped, I could smell the brakes and the rear wheel was smoking. So what you want to check for is any rock and debris that might be in there. You want to check your brake line to see if it's leaking or any of that type of stuff. But more than likely, if your emergency brake is not working, or if it's working, it could be the emergency brake causing issues. But if it's a lot of these Titans, the rear emergency brake does not work. So if it doesn't work, then you know that's probably the rear caliper. What I'm going to do is take the tire off, and what you want to do is make sure you have safety equipment. I have a jack stand sitting over here, and I have a jack over there on the other side. So always go with the putting a jack. This is a little jacked up having somebody behind the camera with in a bathing suit, bikini that is. But we're going to have, for safety equipment, you need to make sure that you have your jack stand. And of course I've got my jack in order to jack up the back of the truck. Taking the wheel off, make sure if you have your wheel locks that you have your key for it. And let's get started. The ground's a little soft out here, so I'm trying to make it as safe as possible. So I used a board underneath the jack itself, and I'm using a surface, something that I can use, some junk parts that I have around the place to keep up my jack without sinking into the ground. Okay, I took off the wheel. Now you want to make sure that you check in here. Let's try to get as best as I can. These are brand new brakes. It's a brand new rotor. I want to make sure that I live on a gravel road, so I want to make sure I didn't pop up any little pieces of rock or something into the brake itself. And it's a negative. So that's your brake caliper is bad. Now what I'm also going to do is look at the brake line. I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Let's get it started. You have two 10mm bolts, one right here and one right here. These two. Go ahead and take them off. Now these are pretty easy to take off because I've had them off, replacing everything back here like twice already before. Keep these close, don't lose them. Alright, since this one's locked up, you're going to need something to pry this off, most likely. Well, maybe not. Alright. Disconnect this brake line, and you're ready to take it in for parts. Now, the reason why I'm taking this off first is the brake caliper for this truck is $70, and the core charge for this is $53. So I want to go ahead and I already know it's bad. I'm going to take all this stuff off, take it into town, and go ahead and get it replaced so I don't have to pay the $53 core charge. To get this off right here, let's see if I can. To get this off right here, the brake hose, it's 11/16. When you get it off, you want to try to put the brake hose pretty high so it doesn't leak all your fluid everywhere. You want to keep it pretty high when you take off the brake hose so where it won't leak all your brake fluid out. Okay, here's a new one. It's like $70. Military discount is great. Don't have to pay tax, or it seems like you don't have to pay tax. It comes with a new bolt kit, which I was kind of surprised. And here's this. Let's get it in. Alright, now with the new one, we're going to go ahead and put it on the brake line. Probably speed this up for video purposes.
Oops, there's your head.
See, 11/16. Tighten it snug. Now, you ready? Put your brake parts back in. Make sure you get the brass crush washer in on this. This will be very important. I like the old bolts better, mainly because when you're looking up directions on anything for a Nissan Titan, if I get rid of this, the person that has it after me, it would be nice for them to be able to know that it's 10mm bolts on the back of this thing instead of whatever it was going to be. It was a lot larger bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and go back with the factory bolts here and put them in, and then we'll bleed it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and snug this up. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and snug this brake line up. Alright, it's all back together. This is tightened down. Now we just need to bleed the brakes. Here's your bleeder. I went ahead and loosened it to the touch. And right now it's not bringing any fluid quite out yet. And once it starts to do that, it'll fill this with fluid, and then it'll start draining here a little bit. So I'm going to go check the fluid in the front, in the master cylinder, and we'll get this thing bled. Okay, we'll try to get this on video for you. This is the bleeder screw right here, and where you're going to have somebody help you out. They're going to sit in your truck and press the brake pedal all the way to the floor. And then when it's all the way to the floor, we're going to check to see if there's any leaks from either your brake hose right here or any of the bleeder screw or anything. You're going to open up your bleeder screw once it's all the way to the floor and let out any of the air bubbles or air in the line. And hopefully it doesn't take too many times to get it done. All right, babes, go ahead and press it all the way to the floor. Then you're going to open it up. See that air?
Ooh, it's going all the way to the floor again.
Yeah. It should go all the way to the floor in the cab, so when they panic, it's no big deal. Go ahead and tighten it up. They're going to let the brake pedal loose. Then they're going to press it down all the way again. I'm going to do the same thing again. Open up slow. See? Hardly any brake. hardly any air in that one. How's the pedal?
I just released it.
Yeah, how's the pedal? Is it strong?
Yeah, it went all the way to 4 again.
Sweet. All right, we'll do it again. One more time.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. No air in that one. I bet you that none of y'all have anybody in a bikini doing this for you. I want to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, comment down below, and I want to thank my woman for helping me out today. Thank you very much, Beauty. And it was awesome working with a bikini behind the camera. Anyway, appreciate it, and if you ride her hard, don't put her away wet.